And that cat certainly had a treat. Like Maryland, we've got some great local seafood closer to home. Now, I've been to the Isle of Man this week, and they've got tons of these things. Little sort of queen scallops, or queenies, as they call them over there. And I thought I'd do a twist on a little Rockefeller dish, which is normally done with oysters. No baked beans in this, mate.
No, I like scallops.
Yeah. But we've got a little bit of Berkswell, which is a sort of English cheese, because it's English cheese week. And I thought I'd do that with some breadcrumbs, a little bit of parsley. And then the main part of Rockefeller is fennel and watercress. And I'm going to do a little sauce to go with these little queenies in here. So first thing I'm going to do is cook them. So a little bit of oil in there. And we throw those straight in the pan as well. Now, I don't know whether it's a northern thing, but cricket is kind of in your blood, isn't it, really? It was certainly in mine when I was a young kid. But Lancashire, Yorkshire, always a good rivalry.
Yeah, rivalry. I started playing against Yorkshire when I was 9 for Lancashire under-11s, and all the way through, the rivalry between the two counties is just as fierce.
Yeah. It's still going? It's been a bad year for Yorkshire, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's been a great one for Lancashire. We won the championship.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, great.
But on the other side of it, Yorkshire got relegated.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, great, lovely.
I didn't want to bring it up, but
yeah, exactly.
you want Yorkshire to be strong, because you don't want to lose the Roses match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, next year we won't have it.
Yeah. So, but did you learn cricket from your family, or how did you get started in it? 'Cause it's...
I remember, like, being on the side watching my dad. Me and my brother Chris used to get pushed around the boundary on a Saturday afternoon. My mum made the tees, then progressed from playing on the side to playing in my dad's team from being 10.
Right.
And then being picked up by Lancashire at 15.
Because you were playing sort of, was it your under-11s, were you, for Lancashire as well?
Yeah, I started under-11s when I was 8 or 9.
Right.
And then started, obviously, under-13s, played Young England from under-15s, and then started with a senior team at Lancashire and the second team at 15. That's when I realised you get paid for playing. It was great down the tuck shop. I had like 55 quid in my pocket from playing a 4-day game.
But, I mean, you went on, obviously, you had a great career, an international career as well, and huge international career that went on for quite a long time, over 10 years.
Yeah, it did. I played my last game at 31, but I started at 20, and I started professionally at 15, 16, so although I finished young, I had a good run. And the career was ups and downs. And there's some great times, there's also some dodgy ones as well.
But you had those 9 6s as well?
Yeah.
9 6s, you see? Yeah. And those wickets, the way you run out the Aussie, the captain.
Yeah, that was 2009 in the last Test match, Ricky Ponting, and I don't think I've ever run anyone out in my life.
Right.
And at the time, my knee was gone, I was hobbling round. And he probably hit it to me and thought, that's an easy one. I just picked it up, held it as hard as I could somewhere near the stumps.
Yeah.
It hit him and just pretended I knew exactly what I was doing, but it was not the case.
But, I mean, retiring at 31, I mean, it's still young for a sportsman, let alone a cricketer.
Yeah, the injuries caught up with me. I was never really designed to bowl. The size of me, my action, it all caught up with me in the end, but the flip side is you play your last game at 31 and you're still relatively young to go into something else, and I've been very fortunate that I've been offered to do a wide range of things, from panel shows to survival, to all sorts. And
certainly, well, because this is your new venture. As I saw as I was driving into London yesterday, big bill posters of your face everywhere.
A bit embarrassing them, aren't they?
It's massive.
It is, yeah.
Proper, it is. Proper massive pictures. So tell us about your new programme then. Well, rather, this is just a one-off for you, but it's part of a series.
It's part of a series for Discovery called Alone in the Wild. I think there's 8 of us who've been dropped off in various parts of the world, and you've got to fend for yourself. Mine was in Botswana,
right?
In the Okavango Delta, which I'd never heard of till I went. I'm not great on geography. And we went in there, and it was me, a camera, a tent, a machete, and some things I might need. I think I had 3 litres of water for the first day, and had 1 cup of rice to last me the week, and after that it was just me.
I mean, it was proper minimum rations, wasn't it, really? A lot of programmes like that, you think, oh, there's a tuck shop round the back.
But that's the hard thing, you tell people, and everybody thinks you're fudging it. They're all saying, oh, there'll be a crew round you, they'll be giving you food, but it wasn't the case. The only contact I had was I had to walk to a drop box each day to pick up new films and new batteries for my camera.
Yeah.
But the food, I was meant to hunt and fish. I couldn't catch a fish, I didn't hunt, a bit lazy. I just used it as a bit of a detox for a week. But
lose a few pounds.
Yeah, I lost so much weight. But the one thing was, it was amazing, because you get the chance to do it, and some of the stuff I saw, I filmed elephants 20 feet away, I had zebras.
Well, no, the exact story was you walked and they told you not to go wandering off. So what did you do? Saw some elephants. The warning signs were flapping ears and stamping feet, and you just sat there.
Yeah, but the thing is that I was getting bored just sat around my tent. And we had 2 days of survival training before we went, and my attention span isn't massive. And I probably didn't listen to all the things he told us. And I was stood on the top of a termite mound with my camera, pointing at these elephants.
It's true, I watched it last night, yeah.
And then the thing about elephants, for the size of them, they can hide really well. And one came... no, seriously, one came out from behind a tree. He was only 20 foot away. I was thinking, what do I do? And then when it started coming closer, flapping its ears, it was just start backing off a bit, But unbelievable. Having done it, I've got a different appreciation for wildlife and what's around us, because I always say if you want to see an animal, go to the zoo or a safari park. But then having seen them like that, I just want to see more and more, and that was the theme of the week. Having seen one animal, I just tried to look for everything.
And talking about look for everything, because I remember I watched part of it as well, where you were... At night, it was at night, you set the camera up outside your tent.
Yeah.
And you hear lots of things at night, because I've actually been on safari, but this particular noise...
Got a bit close.
Yeah. Was it a hyena or a lion? Or
well, the hyenas are in the distance, and the more time you spend there, you actually realise actually they're quite a way away, but they get closer and closer. But as I say, I want to see more and more wildlife, but you've got to be careful what you wish for. I didn't necessarily want 2 lions.
Yeah.
I was outside my tent, and one apparently walked past, so I dived in my tent, and I was just surrounded by lions roaring. And hearing them in the distance is one thing. I remember we stayed at a hotel in Blackpool, and the zoo's about 2 miles away. Coming in
Blackpool?
No, seriously. I was coming in from a night out one night, and I could hear the lions roaring, but that was all right. But when they're like 8 foot away around your tent, it's a bit eerie.
It is, but you're filming this. You're generally filming it yourself.
Well, I was just led in my tent. I was filming myself, and all the noises are coming around me. And to begin with, I was petrified. But after a while, I found it bizarrely funny. It was slightly bizarre. I'm led in a tent in the middle of Botswana, surrounded by lions on my own. It's like, what are you doing?
So you got a Blackpool?
Well, yeah. I've not eaten for a week, so I reckon if it had come near me, I'd have bite. I might have bitten him. I was starving.
But it was, I mean, literally, they taught you all the things, how to filter water and all that, so it's fascinating insight, really, because you get a lot of these programmes and you get XS out there, and you know, if you're ever in the jungle. But this is, it's kind of reality, isn't it, really,
well,
watching somebody like yourself?
Man in the streets perspective, and they taught us what to do, and I think my first camp was next to the river, so I had a lot of water, but you have to filter it. I meant to boil it, but I needed so much I couldn't be bothered boiling it. I just filtered it through my undies. It was amazing, and yeah, I just drank it. Because I've been lucky, I've toured all over the world, and I've probably done the things they've told you not to. In India, I drink the tap water, eat from the street vendors, which is the best stuff, and I've never been ill, so I wasn't over there neither.
Well, hopefully you won't be with this. There you go.
Yeah.
That starts next Friday, is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, come on.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock on Discovery, yeah.
There you go.
Wednesday.
So, there you go, you've got your scallops. Dive into these.
Thank you.
These are the scallops. You haven't actually followed any of this, people watching this, because I've been too busy natting them away, but all the recipes are on the website as well. Dive into that. And we haven't got anything fruity for you, but what I have got is something that you will enjoy.
Oh, I love it.
There you go.
Thanks, yeah. A bit dry mouth.
You're supposed to eat it first.
Sorry.
There you go. Little Queenie scallops from the Isle of Man. Good?
Yeah.
There you go. Happy with that. Right, we'll be cooking for Freddie at the end of the show. We'll be facing food heaven. A very fancy fish fingers and chips. The fish is rolled with flour, egg and breadcrumbs, then deep frying it, so with a big pile of thick-cut chips. Some homemade tartar sauce to dip it all in. However, we're going to change that and go and get some baked beans. Or we could be facing food hell. Chicken, a spicy harissa spice chicken stew with chicken thighs marinated with harissa, made from chili,